Hello dear students, welcome to the accountancy class. Now today we are going to take the last sum on our chapter accounting for share capital. All the types of the sums have been covered yesterday and today. What we have taken the sums, they are the sums which are given according to the NCERT expectation. Okay. So if I want to say, see nodri ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎರಡು ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನದಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು marks point of view, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು knowledge point of view. So till day 19, whatever videos are there, they are from the marks point of view. If till day 19 you have understood each and every class, each and every video, each and every sum, it means you are prepared for the exam. Now from the knowledge point of view, to cover whatever is given into the textbook, I have been taking these two sums, that is question number 18 and question number 19. So today I will be taking the last question on this chapter. Once this is over, this chapter will get over. Let us read out what is the question. Alpha Limited invited applications for 4 lakh of its equity shares of rupees 10 each on the following terms. Payable on application rupees 5 per share, payable on allotment rupees 3 per share, payable on first and final call rupees 2 per share. The applications for 5 lakh shares were received. See what they are saying? The applications for 5 lakh shares were received and it was decided to refuse allotment to the applicants for 20,000 shares. First of all, the shares are issued at par. No premium, no discount. Okay. And this is a question on over subscription. Now, laksh shares you have 4 lakh shares to give. But how much applications have been received? The applications have been received on 5 lakh shares. Now what the company has decided, what the directors have decided, see, sure they have clearly decided to refuse and refund on 20,000 shares. Okay? Meaning ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ 20,000 ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದಾರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಶೇರ್ ಕೊಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. To allot in full to applicants for 80,000. 80,000 applicants ಗೆ full allotment ಆಗಿದೆ. Okay? Full allotment means what? It means how much they have demanded, that much they have given. What about the remaining? See now how many applications are there? 4 lakh applications are there. Kindly understand this clearly. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿತಂದ್ರನ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ತಿಳಿತೈತಿ. See, how many shares are available? 4 lakh shares are available. But how many applications have been received? 5 lakh applications have been received. Out of this 5 lakh applications, 20,000 applications are refused and the amount on that will be refunded. On 80,000 applications, the directors have decided to do full allotment. What do you mean by full allotment? How much the applicant has demanded, completely that many shares will be issued to them. Now how many applications are remaining? 4 lakh applications are remaining. Do they have 4 lakh shares to allot? No. How many they have? 4 lakh. Out of that 80,000 have been fully allotted. So then how many are there? 3,20,000 are there. So here they have done a pro rata allotment. Pro rata allotment on 4 lakh shares. Please ಇದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. 4 ಲಕ್ಷ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಬಂದಾವು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನಾವು ಕೊಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಬೇಡಕತ್ತಾರೋ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರು? ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಹಂಚಾರು. So for 4 lakh applications they have adjusted 3,20,000 shares. ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. What it is? Excess. ಇದೇನು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಐತಿ 80,000 ಅದ ಅದೇನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ? ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮನಿ ಐತಿ. So excess application ಅದ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಾದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Either it should be adjusted for allotment or it has to be refunded. So ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. To allot the balance of the available shares pro rata among the other applicants and to utilize the application money in part as payment of allotment money. So ಇದೇನು 80,000 excess application money ಐತಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕತ್ತಾರ ಅವರು. ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನೇನಾಯ್ತು? One applicant whom shares had been allotted on pro rata basis. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬರ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಅದಾರು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೋ ರೇಟಾದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು did not pay the amount due on allotment. Understand this. Right from the allotment itself, he is not paying the money. And on the call. And his 400 shares were forfeited. So ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗ್ಯಾವ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, 400 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗ್ಯಾವ. ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು, ಕಂಪನಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಾರ್ಫಿಟೆಡ್. The shares were reissued at rupees 9 per share. Show the journal and prepare the cash book to record the above. Okay. So here, what is the new thing that you are going to learn? You are going to understand that how the adjustment you are going to do for the 400 shares which were allotted. Then you need to find out that how much that particular applicant had applied. ಮಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಕಟ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. 400 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವು, ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಡೆ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರು. ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಾವು? 5 lakh shares application has been received. Out of this 5 lakh applications, 20,000 are clearly rejected. Not a single share will be given to them, and whatever money they have given, it will be given them back. It will be refunded. Out of the remaining slot, 4,80,000 applications, 80,000 full allotment will be made. Means what? How much they have demanded, that much will be given. Now how much is remaining? 4 lakh application is remaining, and to them the pro rata allotment will be done for the remaining 3,20,000 shares. In this way the company had taken the decision. So let us do the adjustment till here. Once when the non-payment entries will come, that is called scenarios, I will explain you that also with the working note. ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಫದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. It will help you. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇವತ್ತಿನ 4-5 ತಿಂಗಳು ಬರೀತೀರಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Till then you should remember now how the thing had been done. So let us do the first journal entry. What is the first journal entry? That is for the application money received. So write down bank account debit. 2. What kind of shares these are? Equity shares are there. So write down equity share application account. Equity share application account. Okay. Now what is the application money received? See, the application money is received on 5 lakh shares. On 5 lakh shares into rupees. What is the application money? It is rupees 5 per share. So what is the amount that is being received here? See, 5 5s are 25 and all the zeros as it is. So 25 lakh rupee has been received. Give the narration. Being application money. Being application money received. Okay. Now, once the application money has been received, what you will do? You will transfer. So write down equity share application account debit. Equity share application account debit to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. Now see, I am going to do a compound journal entry over here. In capital account, how much entry will be done? Only for the number of shares that they have. ಎಷ್ಟು ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆ? 4 ಲಕ್ಷ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟ ಅದಾವ. So 400 shares into rupees. What is the application money? It is rupees 5 each. So in capital account, how much money will be transferred? See, only 20 lakh amount will be transferred. Easy? Yes. Now, next we are going to refund. So to bank, how many shares are being refunded? 20,000 shares are being refunded. 20,000 shares into rupees 5 each. What is the amount? Amount will become rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so 1 lakh rupee is refunded to the applicants whom we did not give a single share also. What about the excess application money? It has been adjusted to equity share allotment account. Where it has been adjusted? It has been adjusted to equity share allotment account. Equity share allotment account. Okay. And how much it is? See, it is for 80,000 shares. into rupees 5 each. Okay, so how much it will become? It will become rupees 4 lakh. Okay, got it? Clear? Yes. Give the narration. Being application money. Being application money on 4 lakh shares. 4 lakh shares transferred to capital account, comma, continue only. 20,000 shares refunded and excess application money adjusted to what? To allotment call or allotment money. Okay. Now, second journal entry is done. Let us go for the third journal entry. What is the third journal entry? It is for the allotment money due. Okay. So, write down equity share, allotment account debit, equity share, allotment account debit to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. Okay. Now, show how much is the amount. See, give into the bracket calculation how many shares have been issued. Only that much can be taken into consideration. So 4 lakh shares into rupees. What is the allotment policy? It is rupees 3 per share. Okay. So what is the amount? Amount will become rupees 12 lakh. So how much money is due? 12 lakh is due. Okay. Write down being allotment call due. Okay. Now, as soon as you make the entry for due, what will be the next entry? The next entry will be for receive. ಈಗ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ, if you have read the question properly, you will see that one applicant whom the shares had been allotted on pro rata basis did not pay the amount due on allotment and on the call. So right from the allotment what we have calls in arrears, and that is the speciality of today's question. Okay, so let us write down the next journal entry. Entry number 4. Okay. Now, what is the journal entry number 4? It is for the allotment money received. Please remember, already here the excess allotment money is also there. Okay, excess in application money to adunu ille adjust madideni. So bank account debit. Okay, then calls in arrears account debit. To equity share allotment account. Now see here, what we have shown here, the complete working note, that how the allotment money is being received. Note what is the last entry that you made, the entry that you have made, that is the journal entry number 3, is for the allotment money due. On 4 lakh shares, how much money you are demanding? 3 rupees per share you are demanding, which is equal to rupees 12 lakh due. But according to the information that is given into the question, an applicant who had been allotted 400 shares did not pay the allotment money. Please understand, there is a difference between the word allotted and applied. And this applicant who is unable to pay the amount is the one to whom the shares were allotted on the pro rata basis. What do you mean by pro rata basis? That how much he had asked for, how much he had applied, he did not receive actually that much. So here focus on this first part of working note. What it says, the amount of arrear on allotment for 400 shares unpaid. How do we come to know 400 shares? It is given into the question. ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿನ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರು 400 shares ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲಾಟ್ ನೀವು 400 shares ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಬೇಕು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. This is the most important adjustment when you are solving the questions on pro rata allotment. So please focus on this. So here there is one formula which will help you in finding out that how much are the shares that were applied. So shares applied is equal to what I have written here, that is the 4 lakh shares which are applied, and 3,20,000 is the shares allotted. Now remember the first part, the beginning part. ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿ ತೋರಿಸೇನು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದಾವು? ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 3,20,000 shares to allot, because 80,000 shares are allotted into full, and the remaining 3,20,000 shares have been allotment on pro rata basis. So how many shares were applied? 4 lakh, and how many have been allotted? 3,20,000. So if we use this formula, 4 lakh divided by 3,20,000 into multiply by 400. What is this? 400, the shares that have been allotted to that applicant. So what you will get? You will get the information for the number of shares that he had applied. Please ಇದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ, that ಈ ಒಂದು ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು? 500 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೋ ರೇಟಾ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗೈತಿ? 400 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗ್ಯಾವ. ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ 100 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮನಿ ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಿದ್ರು, ಅದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೈತಿ? ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಸಿ the money received on application from applicant. Now we are thinking only from the point of view of that applicant, not the complete 4 lakh shares. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ದುಡ್ಡು ತುಂಬಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 500 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ತುಂಬ್ಯಾರ. ಯಾವ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ? ದಟ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 500 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ಯಾವ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಮನಿ ಡಿಡ್ ಹಿ ಪೇ? 2,500. ಡಿಡ್ ಹಿ ರಿಸೀವ್ 500 shares? No, because to him the shares were allotted on pro rata basis. So therefore, how much money is transferred to share capital on 400 shares according to rupees 5, which is 2,000. So what is this 500 balance? It is taken as allotment advance. Okay, because he had paid for 500 shares, he has been allotted only 400 shares. The extra application money which was given by him will be transferred to the allotment called as allotment advance received by that particular applicant. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ situation change ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, that particular applicant, now he has become the shareholder, he is unable to pay the allotment money also. Okay, so the amount due on allotment was on 400 shares rupees 3, which is equal to 1,200. Already his advance was there with the company, which is 500 rupees. So ಇನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು allotment ಮೇಲೆ? The arrears on 400 shares is for 700. This is very very important information, because on that information only you will do your journal entry. Okay, so what are the calls and arrears? It is 700 and not 1200. ಯಾರು ಅವಸರದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ತೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ journal entries ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ. Okay, Now let us come for the next point. See how much I have shown here. See this journal entry. Bank account debit, calls in arrears account debit to equity shares allotment account. In the earlier entry, in the journal entry number 3, equity share allotment you have shown 12 lakh. But here I am showing 8 lakh. Why is it so? See here for that information. Calculation of money received on allotment. Now see how much is the total money due on allotment. The total money due on allotment is on 4 lakh shares, rupees 3, which is equal to 12 lakh. That is what journal entry you have done. Third entry is in Melana. ಈಗ already ನೋಡ್ರಿ journal entry number 2 ನೋಡ್ರಿ. See the journal entry number 2. In that you have already shown the equity share allotment credit with rupees 4 lakh. So that is received as advance on application itself. So how much is due now? So the money to be received on allotment is rupees 8 lakh. ನೀವು 12 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು 12 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ 4 ಲಕ್ಷ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ. ಅದರಾಗಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಇವು 700 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ ಅರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ 400 shares to be forfeited. From where did this 700 come? From this working note. So what is the amount that you have received? The net amount that is received on allotment is 7,99,300. So if you write down like this, then only your journal entry will be correct. You can see that into your textbook from question number 14, all the sums are like this only. All sums are like this. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೇಡಮ್ ರೀ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ದಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾವ ಇಂಥವು ಕ್ವಶನ್? ನೋ. ದ ಗುಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ದಾಗ ಇಂಥವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ದಾಗ ಇಂಥವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಬರ್ತಾವ. Tomorrow if you join into any corporate office and you are an accountant, basic job is one accountant is not mahan job irangilla, it's a very simple job. There you will have this kind of transactions. Suppose alle barlilla andre niಮಗೆ job ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ? No. Suppose idragna specialization ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀರಿ, you are planning to become a company secretary, then this is also a part and parcel. Okay, so then if you are planning for a higher level post, high level high paying job, you need to have the knowledge of the tougher sums as well. Exams alla tayari madakatiri, do not take tension for the class 20 and 21. Okay, adarkita madlinu ಏನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅದಾವ till video number 19, day 19 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ದಾಗ ಬೀಳ್ತೈತಿ. Clear? So yes, we have done the journal entry for the allotment money received. What is the entry? See, bank account debit 7,99,300. Here I have given you into bracket working note number 1. So this working note number 1 should help you to understand how this calculation is done. Innೊಂದು ಮಹತ್ವದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಯಸ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ದಲ್ಲಿನ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೋ, ರೈಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರ್ ಎವರ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ. ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ and therefore writing it in understandable way is very important. What is the calls in arrears? It is only 700 rupees and not complete 1200 rupees. ಒಮ್ಮಗಲೇ ತಡಕನಲ್ಲಿ 400 into 3 ಮಾಡಿ 1200 ಬರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ your entry will go wrong. Why? In this 1200 he had already paid 500 as advance, and how much is arrear? 700 only. Okay, now let us go for the next transaction. What is the next transaction? First and final call due. So entry number 5, write down equity share, first and final call debit to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. Okay, now do the calculation on 4 lakh shares. On 4 lakh shares, how much money is due? See, into rupees 2 per share. So how much is the money that is to be received? It is rupees 8 lakh. Now is this amount being received? The answer is no. Okay, being first and final call due. Okay, what is happening now? See next, one applicant whom the shares had been allotment on pro rata basis did not pay the amount due on allotment and on the call. Okay, so on this call also he did not pay the amount that was due. So what will become the entry C? It will become bank account debit. Calls in arrears account debit. Calls in arrears account debit to equity share first and final call account. Equity share first and final call account. Okay. So how much is due? See, 8 lakh is due. Is 8 lakh amount completely received? No. All 400 shares we did not receive rupees 2 per share, which is equal to rupees 800. So then how much is the amount that you have received on the remaining 3,99,600? 3,99,600 shares ಮೇಲೆ rupees 2 ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬಂದೈತಿ, which is equal to 7,99,200. Okay, so that is the amount that you have received. Here there is no tension like this, because whatever excess money was there, it is already settled into your allotment. Okay, so give the narration. Being first and final call received except 400 shares. Except 400 shares. Simple narration, complete narration. Now what we have to do? We have to do 3 journal entries showing the forfeiture, reissue and the transfer of balance into capital reserve. Okay, now let us show journal entry number 7. Okay, so what is journal entry number 7? See, the shares were reissued, directly reissued at rupees 9 per share. So when they are getting reissued means obviously it has to be forfeited. So write down equity share, capital account debit into bracket. How many shares are being forfeited? 400 shares. 400 shares into rupees. Now always remember, we will show the journal entry according to the face value. So what is the face value? It is rupees 10 per share. Okay. Now show the amount. It will become 4,000. 2. Share forfeiture account. What you will show in share forfeiture account? That the amount which has been received so far. Okay. So share forfeiture account ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಬಿಡ್ತೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್. Okay, write down all the amount that you have received so far. You had shown in this C working note. Okay, so that is equal to rupees 2,500. 2. Calls in arrears. So what is the total calls in arrears? See, it is 700 plus 800, which is equal to rupees 1,500. So in this way your debit is becoming equal to your credit. Okay, give the narration. Being 400 shares forfeited, 400 shares forfeited for non-payment of allotment and calls. Okay, feature, what is the next thing that you need to do? Reissue. Okay. So when you reissue, the money will come. So bank account debit. At what price these shares have been reissued? At ₹9. Fully ಎಲ್ಲ 400 shares reissue ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Yes, all the shares have been reissued. So 400 shares into ₹9. So that will become equal to ₹3,600 money is received. 2. In capital account we will show it according to the face value only. 2. Equity share capital account into bracket 400 shares into ₹10 each. So which is equal to ₹4,000. So the difference is the loss that you are incurring on forfeiture. So where this loss will be borne from the share forfeiture account or forfeited shares account. Okay. So write down share forfeiture account. Okay, that is the loss. Write down the narration. Being reissued forfeited 400 shares at ₹9 as fully paid. So ಇದೇನು ₹1 ಐತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. That is loss on reissue. Okay. Last journal entry for transferring the balance into the share forfeiture account to the capital reserve account. So write down share forfeiture account debit. Share forfeiture account debit. ಎಷ್ಟು ಐತಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಶೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ಫೀಚರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡು ಜಮಾ ಐತಿ 2500 you have. From that you will reduce the loss, that is for ₹400. So what is the amount? See, it is 2100. 2. Capital reserve account. Capital reserve account. 2100, 2100. What is this? This is the balance. So write down being balance on share forfeiture account transferred to capital reserve account. To capital reserve account. Okay. So with this question is completed. Along with this question, this chapter also is completed. Okay. So I hope ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ಪಾಠ ತಿಳಿದೈತಿ. Okay. So before day 19, whatever has been taught, you prepare that for exam point of view. Day 20 and 21, whatever sums I have taught, prepare that for knowledge point of view. Suppose if you think you are very intelligent, solve illustration number 16. And those who are toppers, okay, if you think you are intelligent, then solve all the questions of the numerical questions and you can send me. This is a challenge only for the toppers who consider themselves as smart, intelligent, knowledgeable. Then this is a challenge for you that you solve all the numerical questions which are given into the textbook and submit the book on Monday. Okay, let us see that how much intelligent you are. Okay, so with this we have completed our chapter number 6, which is accounting for share capital. I hope all of you have understood this chapter. Tomorrow onwards we are going to start the last chapter of your syllabus, which is the financial statements. Okay, so yes, we shall continue tomorrow.